In this lesson, we'll be doing a live demo on evaluation and refinement. For evaluation and refinement, the goal is to first evaluate what changes need to be made and then make those specific adjustments through refinement. At the end, we want our newly adjusted items to map more closely to our original goals and motivations. In our previous activity, we listed our interests, our goals, as well as the priorities. This helped us define more specific weekly action items, as well as monitor our progress. Recall that by monitoring our progress, we can determine our actual results versus desired outcomes. This is where the evaluation phase comes into play. Here we could see that only 33% of our action items were completed. 44% of our action items were overdue. And unfortunately, 22% of our action items were failed in the first 3 weeks of working towards our goal. Recall that for goal 1, our goal maps to our original motivations for getting better at basketball, where our goal was to hit 75% of free throws by the end of the year. And keep in mind, all of this is just an example. You can use this layout to help you in your planning or refining phase. So here, the first thing we want to do is evaluate what changes need to be made at a high level. Does the schedule need to be changed? Is it too aggressive? Judging from our results from progress monitoring, I hypothesize that this action items, or a list of action items, were too aggressive, in that for each week, we wanted to jump up about 10% each week. That's a little aggressive, and we can see that most of our items were overdue and nearly 22% were failed. So that's probably a good place to start. So here I have goal 1 refined starting at week 4. In refinement, we want to make specific adjustments based on what we evaluate here. And remember, we evaluated what changes need to be made directly based on our progress monitoring results. So for week 4 is directly after week 3. We start at Monday, January 20th, 2020. Here, we look at our previous action item, which we could not complete. We don't want to look at 45% because we have all these gaps that we didn't do or we didn't fill. And after we completed 45%, additionally, we also failed 50% and then didn't even meet 55 or 60. So we probably want to go back to 30%, which is our first overdue action item. So we recalibrate week 4, starting at trying to hit 30% of our free throws. Notice that we also changed the increment of each goal or action item target. Every other day, we want to increase our target by 2%. Following the next week, it's also the same trend. We want to increase each of our free throws or accuracy by 2%. In this way, our goals are more refined, and our plan is actually more refined to hit our goal of hitting 75% of free throws by the end of the year. this might be more realistic. After you have evaluated what changes need to be made to your plan, as well as what needs to be refined specifically, you can now begin your next journey on pursuing your goals. And keep in mind that this evaluation and refinement methodology could be applied at every stage. If you found that perhaps you failed or didn't meet any of these due to lack of motivation or other factors, you might want to look at also refining your goals or even your interests or motivations. And that's it for evaluation and refinement. After you're done with your activity, as always, you want to go onto the reflections portion. And again, I'll always add or subtract, or in this case, refine, as if you will, these questions. Thanks for watching.